Well, if it isn't another food trend taking over the internet. We covered Crumbl cookies just a couple of months ago, and honestly, we thought to ourselves, these food trends are so absurd. Surely we won't see another oversized, brightly colored dessert that people are eating in their cars this year. But here we are! Dubai chocolate is the newest crunchy, super sweet novelty dessert to take over the internet with seemingly just a single viral video that launched this bar into the minds of everyone. And I want to say that this trend is going to be different, that people are enjoying this treat responsibly, and that there is no crazed overbuying going on or false marketing to capitalize on people's fear of missing out or whatever, but of course, that would mean that we wouldn't be making this video. So without further ado, let me explain what the hell is going on with the Dubai chocolate craze and make the honest pitch to you to stop falling for this crap. Guys, please, come on. What are we doing here? So this Dubai chocolate bar is not just a chocolate bar with like a bar of gold stuck in the middle of it, as you might guess about Dubai chocolate.
See how I do it?
No, this Dubai chocolate bar is milk chocolate with a sweet cream filling made of pistachios mixed with tahini and finely chopped kadayif. Not sure where that came from. As you can tell from the thousands of taste test videos that there are online, these bars can range in consistency like peanut butter, from crunchy to smooth, but generally you can guarantee that these things are probably going to be really, really sweet, and for some reason, in many cases, very large. And now the Dubai chocolate flavor is being adopted into basically everything. As you can imagine, the influencers really went over the top with this one as usual.
Dubai chocolate labubu. These sentences would like kill a Victorian child.
They take out a village.
But we're gonna get into that later in the video. Let's just give you a breakdown of what's going on here. This thing is disrupting supply chains. It has generated over $22 million in revenue for Dubai duty-free in the first quarter of this year alone. And it has every other major chocolate company rushing to capitalize on this trend. Even our beloved Crumbl cookies are getting in on the action, which does feel perfectly fitting, doesn't it? The trend is out of control. It's enough for us to make a video about it, so let's get into it. Now, the reason for this bar's popularity in comparison to Crumbl cookie specifically is because, from what I can tell, this was not intentional. The original bar in the viral video that sort of launched this whole thing was from a company called Fix, and the bar in question was called the Can't Get Enough of It, which is, it's pretty good. I mean, they're a chocolate company. What do you expect? That company has since seen huge success, obviously, and their bars sell out in minutes, apparently, right after launching a drop. But this was mostly just luck, combined with a few factors that just happened to make this bar become a viral sensation. And here is why. First was this sense of exclusivity that the bars had, at least at the beginning. Fix used to sell their bars exclusively in the UAE, and the only way that you could buy them was through a weirdly exclusive partnership with Deliveroo or the Dubai Duty Free. Secondly, this is another example of like an exotic or foreign food suddenly becoming popular in North America. The name Dubai here is definitely doing a lot of heavy lifting. This cultural connection to a place that is very far away from most so-called Western countries, and that in particular is one that's associated with luxury and opulence, made it the perfect candidate for people to spend an above average amount of money to get their hands on some. Which brings us to our third point. The bars made by Fix were fairly expensive, like they were 18 bucks or so USD on their website. And this is apparently because they're made by hand and with high quality ingredients, right? But because of these converging factors, we have people reselling these things on Etsy and Amazon and even Facebook Marketplace to take advantage of the scarcity. We even ended up on this fairly legit looking website that I only realized was a scam when I got to the payment option and realized that they only took bank transfers and cryptocurrency. And look, maybe it's a good time to swap out my Bitcoin, but I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't have a lot of crypto, but honestly, don't think it's ever a good idea to pull it out because you're supposed to have hands of diamonds or gold or something. And finally, the product had a very naturally viral quality to it that, again, I don't think was planned. See, in our Crumbl cookie video, we talked about how the cookies were very clearly designed for the internet. But in the same sense, the Crumbl cookies were visually striking, right? They showed up great on camera, they were colorful, they were huge, you know? The Dubai chocolate experience is actually an auditory one. Just listen to this. This product is almost built for ASMR content online. The snap of the chocolate when it breaks apart, the insanely crunchy filling is all built perfectly to appeal to that part of our brain. And this is good, honestly, because it's pretty ugly otherwise. Like, it's not a good looking dessert. If you can't be handsome, you better be auditorially enjoyable. The price tag, combined with the virality and the exclusivity, was the perfect storm for these things to go nuts, right? For people to go crazy trying to buy them. But as we are making this video, we can already see that the trend is dying in real time as the wheels of capitalism slowly eat this phenomenon alive. As we see major companies, like even fucking grocery stores, are making their own Dubai products now. You can feel the hype just slowly dying. If you look at Google Trends, we are well on our way down from the high just a few months ago. And this is not a mistake or a failure, this is just how our market works now. We made a whole video about how trends are getting shorter, and we're gonna link that down in the description, of course, as usual. But the reality is that nothing lasts forever, but in our online world today, they barely last a month. Now, in that video, we talk about how the internet has sort of turned our cultural landscape into a mess of everything all at once, with random and explosive popularities of certain products or styles coming and going faster than most people can even follow. It's like we took one of those color palettes with all the different paint splotches on it, and then we just smeared it together like a toddler. Any new color stands out in bright contrast for a second or two, but then it's quickly swirled into the muddy mixture of the masses by the toddler, who I guess is symbolic of our capitalistic consumer culture. So my prediction is that over the next couple of months, we are slowly going to see Dubai chocolate become less and less novel. It's going to become more just like another flavor that you can buy for the same price as you can buy everything else on the shelf. And this is just the natural response that our current economic system has for stuff that is in demand. If people want something, the job of the market is to provide it to them as quickly and as cheaply as possible to capitalize on that moment, right? But what that does is it floods the market with usually lower quality and less socially relevant variations of that thing that eventually cheapens the whole category as a whole.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Stanley water bottles, another video of ours, shows this perfectly. How many knockoff, barely different versions of this bottle can you find online now? They're sold all over the place for way less money and with probably way less attention to detail or quality guarantees that the original company actually promised. The company, Fix, made these original bars in limited supply, priced them higher than average because they're supposedly made with high quality ingredients by hand. But already we can see that there's a ton of cheaply made versions of these things all over the place. Now, I'm not going to say that Dubai chocolate is going to disappear forever. It will very likely just become another flavor, right? Of ice cream or, chocolate, just like matcha has. But I wanted to mention matcha here because I pitched a video about matcha to the team earlier and we decided not to go with it because it's not quite the right fit for us, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. You let us know if you're keen on seeing a video about matcha. But matcha is different because most people who love matcha today actually have no understanding of the cultural connection that it's derived from. But the trend will continue and will probably have better staying power because it has a real root in Japanese culture. And it's been a part of food culture there for a very long time. Dubai chocolate, on the other hand, is arguably got very little to do with Dubai. And this is why I think this trend is going to collapse even faster than usual. They don't grow cocoa in Dubai. They're not even known for making chocolate. The UAE is a large exporter of chocolate, but they get all of their chocolate from other countries in order to do that. And this whole trend is bleeding the pistachio supply chain dry. Honestly, at this point, it just seems that people are drawn to it as a symbol of wealth and excess that Dubai is sort of known for. This is like if Las Vegas randomly released a lime green beer with sprinkles in it that had like 9% alcohol or something, It's not actually connected to anything other than the idea of what the place represents in our mind. And I guess the reason why we get so worked up about these food trends, even though we know that they're never gonna fulfill the expectations and hype that are surrounding them, is because we're so locked into this consumer society. Consumption is so much of the way that we relate to each other. In an in-person conversation with your neighbor, it's probably not gonna lead to you buying some sort of themed chocolate bar. A bike ride around town isn't going to get you into a Target to buy a limited edition water bottle, but we spend so much time online and on our devices that we feel this need for a social connection, and these treats consumed by the group that we are feeling like we need to be a part of, that we go out and buy it just to be a part of it. This is why we decided to make this video, because we know that people are going to be hearing about this, watching videos about this, and maybe they'll get excited and they'll go out and they'll want to buy it because they want to be a part of that thing. I just want to let you know that you don't have to. We're not going to judge you if you do, because you know what? Hey, I'm honestly kind of tempted. It looks interesting. Well, it doesn't look interesting. It looks kind of gross, honestly. But I would try. I'll try anything twice. But think about it for a second before you do, and just don't buy it from that scammy website or a reseller on Etsy. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you want to support what we do on this channel, make sure we have another upload for you every single week. You can check us out on Patreon. We have a Discord now too. Patreon only Discord. It's really fun. All right, bye.